amigos, I am Rodolfo Ramos, Bradesco BBI's Mexico strategist, and welcome to the Spot in Mexico, our bi-weekly video product. The shooting location that we chose this morning is this beautiful structure here called The Vessel in Hudson Yards here in New York City. This copper-like structure goes so well hand in hand with some of the topics that we're covering here on the metals and mining sector. So I hope that you enjoy this scenery, and let's dive right into our content here. We're going to be covering three topics as we normally do. First, we're going to be talking about this a thematic mining report that we put out recently. Second, we're going to be talking about our thoughts on the USMCA progress. And third, we're going to be closing with our thoughts on this massive infrastructure plan that Sheinbaum and her administration recently announced. So kicking off here with our first point of discussion, this mining report that we put out, it was to us extremely interesting to see how Mexican equity markets have completely restructured from a heavy consumer staples driven market to one that relies mostly on materials. Now materials it makes up close to 30% of the equity index in Mexico. And this puts investors in a conundrum because this has been after the very strong performance that copper, gold, silver has had, but at the same time it exposes you to that volatility. So this is something that we believe that investors are going to have to grapple with going forward. If you look at the returns of the index of the last 12 months, almost half of it was explained entirely by materials. No, so this is going to be a very important consideration. We're much more constructive on the prospects for gold and copper, but nonetheless, this is a new reality that investors will have to face. Second point here on USMCA review, and tying it a little bit with our note on metals and critical minerals specifically. It was very interesting to see the U.S. and Mexico administration reaching this preliminary agreement on critical minerals. It's clear to us that the U.S. and Mexico administration side are trying to find common grounds for us to bring this integration closer, and critical minerals, namely copper and silver, are of a strategic importance for semiconductors, artificial intelligence, and so on. So we do believe that this is another sign of continued collaboration and goodwill, good faith going into these discussions. These comments that I'm just making with you today come hours after there were some leaks that Donald Trump was considering dropping out of USMCA. We do believe that this is not something that we haven't seen before, and we do believe that cooler heads will prevail, and that the administration will continue to highlight how important this relationship is between U.S. and Mexico. So we continue to be very positive on all these nearshoring proxies in Mexico. So here, moving on to our third and final point here on this massive infrastructure plan that the Claudia Sheinbaum administration announced. To us, it's astounding to see this plan amounts to 722 billion pesos just for this year, 5.6 trillion pesos for the remainder of the administration. And this plan is mostly attributed to the energy sector, which, as you know, is one of the main bottlenecks that Mexico is facing as far as investment goes. So it's very encouraging that most of it is going to the energy sector. Roughly about 30% is going to other infrastructure assets, namely toll roads, railways. So again, this is why we've seen some of those infrastructure proxies performing very well. We believe that it is now more about execution. We have seen how these massive plans get announced in the past, and there's some double accounting here. So we do believe that it's critical for this proyectos mixtos, this private-public partnership law, to be announced, to be encouraging and pragmatic, to welcome back a private investment. So we do believe this is more of an execution plan. But more important than the details and the nuances of this plan, we believe that this is a unequivocal sign that growth it's a top concern for the Sheinbaum administration, and they're trying to do anything within their means to kickstart economic growth in Mexico. We are expecting 0.8% of GDP growth for this year, which is below consensus. But this is where a lot of it hinges on having a strong pickup on the investment side, given all the uncertainties on the global scenario. And of course, this administration has been a bit more pragmatic on the domestic factors affecting investment. So food for thought there, and something that we're going to be closely monitoring as these details on these partnerships get announced in the coming weeks. So this is what we had for you today. Hope that you find that useful. Until the next time, amigos, take care and stay warm. Ciao, ciao.